We understand that students might have a lot of questions about the financial aid available this year, and we don't want it to be a barrier for students to come to Mount A. So we want to make sure that students are aware of the financial aid available so that they can get the help they need. The MASU will work with the Financial Aid Counsellor to make sure that students are aware of the funding available to them and to make sure that it's simple to apply. The Mountie to Mountie Fund, for example, supported by our alumni and friends, is going to make sure that at least $400,000 of financial aid is available to students this year. And the criteria to apply are flexible to make sure that students that need support get that support.
There are quite a few financial aid resources available to students this year, and we've put together a website that lists these resources, and we encourage all students to go there and review them all sort of as a checklist to make sure you've considered all the possibilities. And this website is mta.ca/financial aid. And so things that you'll see listed there are the government provided programs, the CERB, CESB, the Canada Service Grant, the changes to student loan programs, access and links to career opportunities or job opportunities here at Mount Allison, links to external scholarship websites, links to a new university general financial aid application that will be located in your Connect account. That application is going to give you access to a plethora of funds that I can assess you for, such as our Mountie to Mountie Fund, our brand new one that donors are actively giving funds to support you so you can come back, be it virtually or here on campus. In light of the current pandemic, the federal government has made changes to the Canadian Student Loan Program. So these changes are on our website, on the financial aid website, as well as on the Canadian Student Loan website. And you can Google that or just go to canada.gc.ca to find those changes. But the changes that you should really take note of that will directly affect you in the loan value you'll get or the grant value you will get are these. The grant value for the Canadian Student Grant Program has doubled, so that is huge. That is for the general program, the grant program for those with disabilities, and for those with dependents. The other item is the Canadian Student Loan Program. They have increased the maximum weekly value from $210 to $350. And the final item is that the fixed contribution that they used to traditionally want you to bring to the table to pay for your education, the student's fixed contribution and their spousal is no longer a requirement for this year for your loans. So what that means, what the federal government acknowledges there, is that you may not have had the opportunity to work. And so you don't have those savings to bring to the table, so to speak. And so therefore they're not requiring that and not putting it into the loan calculation this year. And therefore that should increase the value that you may be getting in those loan assessments. This year, Mount Allison is working on making payment plans more widely accessible to students, and they're actively working on making automated solutions for payment plans. More information is forthcoming on this, so stay tuned and keep in touch with myself, your Financial Aid and Awards Counsellor, to learn more about these payment plans in late August and September. So after you've considered your loans, possibly financial institution lines of credits, parental contributions, employment or CESB or CERB, and you find yourself still short. You don't have enough funds to return. The financial stress is too much to bear. There are other resources, and that's where I encourage you to apply for the University General Financial Aid application. This application is new. It is going onto the Connect account in early August. It is through this application that you can essentially tell us that you don't have enough resources, you've tried all other avenues, and it is through there that we'll assess your level of need and try to fill those gaps as much as we can. We'll assess you for the University General Bursary Program, and we're also going to look at your application and consider you for Mountie to Mountie funds, and that is a new fund that the university has begun raising money for. It is a one-year campaign that our alumni office has gone out to all of our donors and alumni seeking support to ensure that our current and new students have the funds they need to pursue their education. Our donors, our alumni want you to come back or to come to Mount Allison, be it virtually or on campus, to pursue your education. There are other ways to finance your education besides the loan programs and financial institutions, lines of credits, or scholarships or bursaries. You can also consider student employment on campus or off campus here in Sackville. Currently, Mount Allison employs more than 700 students a year, and there are numerous jobs across our community as well. So if you're interested in seeking employment to help offset the cost of your tuition or other costs at Mount Allison, you can visit mta.ca/careers. And it's important to note that with the coming of new payment plans, this will also fall nicely in line with setting up a payment plan to pay for your education. The main purpose of you being at Mount Allison is to gain an education, among many other things as well, of course. But part of that education is that you get your books and you get to studying. But we know that student loans can be late, or you may not have the funds right away because you are on a payment plan and you are working to pay your tuition and you don't have those monies available on hand. So what Mount Allison wants to do is ensure you get studying. So we have a book loan program, and that program offers students short-term, small value loans that you can use to buy the books and course materials you need from our bookstore here at Mount Allison, be it virtually or here actually at the bookstore in the Wallace McCain Student Center. Those costs of your books will be placed on your student financial account for you to pay at a later date. We recognize that the current pandemic situation has caused our students a lot of hardships. One particular being their academic outcome and their scholarship or bursary renewal. If you are a student who has lost their scholarship or bursary renewal because you haven't met those renewable criteria, you can appeal this decision. And this is done through an appeal form that is located on the Registrar's Office website. You can submit this appeal form and ask us to reconsider. And it's through that form that you get to explain the external situation that had an effect on your academic outcome and your ability to meet those requirements. And we will reconsider the decision and reach out to you with the final decision.